That's the next series. We're still focusing on this one, guys. This is game number 2 in this best of 3. And, that first game, pretty interesting, I think. It's the best way I could sum that up. Let's see if CPU's found his mech legs or not, because spawning in the lower left corner of the map, currently down 1 in this series, playing for the team Alien Invasion, and coming all the way from Europe for this show match, it is the Yellow Protoss, CPU.
And in the upper right, as the pink Terran, it is HTOMario.
And a quick explanation of things, guys. Everything here is losers pick from a map pool. We do allow the players to get 1 veto each, so if they really don't want to play on Fruitland, they don't have to type thing. Another small thing, Tinzu dropping knowledge bombs in chat earlier. I saw it. I didn't want to bring it up during that last game because we were already kind of past the banter phase. I mean, that's StarCraft 2 caster for you. The metagame is like fill the first 3 minutes of the game with BS, right? But CPU literally tweeted at me and said, "Hey man, I'd love to get involved with your show matches." And I said, "Okay, cool. We'll give you a shot. We'll give you a try, and we'll see how it goes." So this is kind of his test run to see if he's going to be reliable. But you know, he came all the way to North America for this match. He kind of came out of the blue, and I was really glad to get him involved. So if you guys know professional gamers who want to get involved with the Money Peak series, you can get from the post in the Team Liquid thread. I do request if one of our mods could link that in chat. It'd be very much appreciated. Or you can just have him tweet at me. But yeah, so CPU was not my initial go-to guy, but because he's like, hey, I really want to play, I was like, yeah, I'll give you a shot. We'll see how it goes.
The way you made, you said came to North America made him sound like he actually, like, got on a plane.
Oh, no, he
came over here.
We are just on the North American server here, guys, for clarity's sake, I guess.
Yeah, so, but yeah, that's cool. I didn't know that. I was a little surprised to see him, but I think his name's really cool, so...
There's someone in the Team Liquid thread too who was like, man, I was expecting to see some guy struggle against like a computer hard mode or something. Like,
I was thinking like maybe we should that should be a show, like I guess a quote unquote show match. If we can't find the second person, just like select versus 5 very hard computers.
Oh, that was hilarious. Yeah, if Zerg Zing doesn't show, maybe we'll try something ridiculous like that. But CPU, okay, this is Cloud Kingdom, guys. It was known as Protoss Kingdom for a long time. Balance talk aside, it's a map we haven't seen for a long time. Red Bull kind of revitalized it and made it everyone aware, like, look, the metagame's changed enough. There's been things different since Wings of Liberty. Some of these older maps can still be incredibly fun, and this is certainly one of them. We'll see how this goes, as CPU is, of course, going to probably proxy a Stargate if I had to take a wild guess.
I can't wait to see Zelnaga back, by the way. But it could also be...
You're a mean person.
Yeah, right? I think Stargate too, just because, you know, I remember all the proxy locations on this map, and the proxy location for Twilight Dark Shrine is in the more upper left. So...
You know, robos are really painful too. We
that's
robos
right.
to bust the bunkers, but...
Yeah.
I think the Oracle might be the best choice in this scenario, but nope, you called it.
See, he might be hiding Blink, though.
Ah, that's a good point. We take a look at the main here. It's much like Polar Knight, where there's just a million ways to get into the base.
Yeah.
And, you know, Mario Cube was able to fend off Blink last time because it came at such a delayed timing. It came off of a Nexus first. It wasn't a one-base Blink. This one's going to be a much earlier timing. It might be a little more hard to deal with.
It's also a much better map for it. I mean, Alterzine, you have, you know, pretty much 2 areas, and the tanks pretty much covered every single area, you know, minus the very right, and then you were stuck at the natural, right? So this is a lot better map for it. I kind of hope that he does go ahead and do it. Okay, he does. Well, it's Blink. Should go a lot better for him, because this is going to hit maybe even before the tank comes out. Maybe he has 1 tank, but that's it, and that's definitely doable.
Oh, Mario... Is he smelling... He must be smelling Oracle. This bunker's a weird spot for Blink. This must be an anti-Oracle bunker. It's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, I remember those coming out from, like, you know, 6 months ago when Heart of the Storm came out. But yeah, that's definitely a bunker for Oracles.
Yeah, so to explain real quick, guys, the SV that did get into the base of CPU, we take a look at Mario's vision. One thing he sees is that really late, really weird third pylon. Whenever you scout a Protoss player, you're looking for that third pylon in base, you know, right around the Cybercorp being finished up, because that's when you're going to get supply blocked. The fact that there wasn't one already finished kind of tipped Mario off that there'd be some sort of proxy. Now, of course, he doesn't know it's Blink. He assumes it's Oracle in this situation. But, of course, you and I know a little bit different.
Yeah. Well, because he thinks it's an Oracle, he might be changing up his build a little bit. He did not go for the starport. He immediately went for a tank. Actually, this might just be his build. He scanned somewhere. I thought I heard a scan.
It wasn't in the main.
Wow, that's weird. Maybe I'm hearing things now. But he does put another bunker down.
Sorry,
Oh,
what
he's
part
seeing
two?
the natural. Okay, so he doesn't see a nexus, and the oracle hasn't come, and it's already past the 5:30 timing of the fastest oracle. It's past 6:30. It's 7 minutes already. He's got to
That's
be like, okay, definitely not oracle. It's got to be blank.
yeah. So that's why we got to see that second bunker coming in. The first one salvaged, although might not have been a bad idea to keep it. Now, low amounts of stalkers are actually gonna have trouble dealing with the tank, but I don't think the tank's actually in range to deal with the stalkers. Yeah, they're gonna get these free kills off on the supply depots. What am I does kill one stalker initially? Oh no, actually doesn't kill it. Wait, what? How did that?
He might have blinked it back.
Oh,
He
that's
was really
yes,
paying
yes.
attention.
I
So
just saw the missile go off, but I was like, wait a minute.
yeah,
But tears on 3 supply depots. This is going to supply block Mario, which is really unfortunate. But now in range of the siege tank, Stalker's going to take a bit of damage. Marine Corps got to be a little bit careful about how far they push out. They want to get this mothership core, of course, more than anything else. But unfortunately, I don't know that this will work. Bunker's not going to get repaired in time. SCVs need to be pulled like right now. But second tank is doing a lot to add to this. Third tank's going to pop out in just a second's time. And looks like these... with the mothership core being down, this really takes a lot of power away from this push.
yeah. This has pretty much been stopped in its tracks because he cannot break through what he just tried to do right there. In fact,
Yeah.
I didn't really like that he blinked on top of the tank because he's not using the left side of the mat or the base. Like
Yeah.
left side of the base, no tank could hit. Go around the back, at least kill like the refinery, so the tank production is really incredibly safe. Like he doesn't have to take on the tanks per se.
Yeah, and CPU's in this situation too, where he's gonna just try and bulldog this down, but realistically, he could just turn this into a bit of a contain and try and get around it. But moving a little bit too early with the stalkers blinking right on top of the tank, within range of the bunker, within range of the SCVs. Big surround goes off, and Mario should be able to hold this once again. 3 more stalkers to rally in, but of course, one gets killed by the Widow Mine, and a brand new tank pops out.
Yeah, this
This blink all in is not working at all.
no, no, it's not. It's pretty much dead already. With just one tank and the bunker never going down. He still has so many Marines because he has that reactor going on. That's really all he needs.
I gotta tell you something, Grub. I lose to enough blink all ins, and this is making me want to play this max style really badly.
I know, right? It seems so easy.
Well, this one tank might not be able to hold off this many stalkers this time. Focusing on the the tech lab might be able to start halting the production because the Marines, of course, can't push into this. And if he unsieges the tank to reposition it, stalkers will aggressively blink forward. But looks like stalker does get blown off the cliff. Anyways, the second tank bombed out in a great position, and Mario, he's holding this together really tight, really strong. He holds once again.
Yeah. CPU started to,
He's taking the
go
nexus.
around the tanks, but then he just decided to take the engagement again, and it's not working. He's taking a Nexus, trying to get out of here, but
Oh, this Widow Mine is so good. It's killed 3 stalkers at this point too. Best investment of such a cheap unit.
yeah, that's because he doesn't think of it. He's just trying to bring on reinforcements. He doesn't
Yeah.
remember to blink away.
But okay, so for CPU guys, this is an all-in that failed. But he didn't dedicate so much to this that he's out of the game. He's putting his own Nexus down. He certainly can't compete. Like, if Mario pushes, CPU's got to keep these stalkers alive, basically. If he keeps throwing these in the base... Alright, bit of a pause. If he throws these stalkers away for another tank kill, a counterattack will destroy CPU. But he's got enough stalkers that he can actually defend with a high ground advantage. So I don't really know I like him staying over here the way he is. Of course, he's just trying to contain Mario as long as possible, prevent that natural from going down. But, between that Widow Mine and the danger of tank fire, maneuvering around with these stalkers is quite risky, to say the
Game
least.
resumed.
I don't know how to actually view this game. Something I don't play mech that much, especially against Protoss, because at this point usually I'm saying, well, at least the blink all in delayed stim or delayed medevacs, and
Yeah,
I'll
but
say
that's
that
not the
matter right
case.
here.
And of course, if CPU had that mothership core alive, guys, this would be a little bit different because, of course, as I'm pointing out earlier, it's the whole left side of the base you can try and maneuver around in and out. But CPU's got a lot of stalkers, which are just not going to get much done here, sadly. Another one of mine is going to go off. Oh, no. So frustrating as a Protoss player to be losing your units like this. But Blake's forward to take out the tanks once again. He's going to absolutely get 2 more tanks here. I don't know if this is really worth it, though. Of course, 4 tanks to defend. Another third one does go down. CPU threw a lot away for those tanks, though. This is his defense against the counterattack. Every single stalker taken out. And, of course, Mario with 3 orbitals soon to be will finally claim his natural base.
Yeah. Oh God, that hurt right there. And he's still trying to use blink stalkers, and they can definitely do well. I mean, if he had kept all those alive, if Mario tried to push out, you just you force them to siege, and you buy a lot of time by just blinking away. And now what does he have? 3 stalkers, mid-tech. Ugh.
Yeah,
Mario's not going to push out soon, but still.
like that last round of stalkers that was warping, I kind of feel like that was what should have been the Nexus instead of the Nexus after those stalkers because, the Nexus is up. It should have been up so much earlier that he just had this massive lead in workers, but instead we see CPU with only a very small lead at the moment. Now, of course, a meching player's biggest weakness is they don't typically have a lot of anti-air. This is one of those peculiar situations where Void Rays might not be a terrible investment against low cancel Marines that don't have stim pack. They're going to go down pretty quickly. Widow Mines will be a problem if they stack, but beyond that, tanks will go down like they're nothing.
It's a common tactic I've seen Protosses employ against mech players. It's a mortal Void Rays. You really just don't have a lot of gas, especially if you're able to delay their third at all. They just don't have enough gas to go for both.
Well, Mothership Core going to finally provide some vision for CPU to do some proper harass. This is the left side of the base, of course, not covered by tanks. So, even if it's just picking off the refineries, I mean, as a mech player, gas is your most valuable resource. Who cares about minerals? You're going to be floating a 10k mineral bank at some point in the game.
Yeah. Gonna get some free Marine kills at the very least.
Got to be careful though, walking into that tank fire. This is actually a blink attack that's going to work a lot better than the previous one, pulling Marines to the main. There might not be enough tanks this time. Persistence may have been key here in CPU breaking HTOMario's defenses.
It looks like it. I guess trying to take that natural just a little too soon before he had just enough tank fire. With an SCV pull, he's going to have to run away, and I guess the Hellions secondly are kind of helping out here too.
Pushes into the natural is a possibility. There's actually no defense in that bunker. He could, rather than pressure the main, pressure the natural, and I think that might be a little bit better.
Looks like he's gonna try and go just for the main. I don't think he knows what's at the natural. So like, what if there's tanks just right at their ramp or something?
That's a good point.
Yeah, of course we know there isn't, and Mario is in a little bit of a right situation. He only has 2 tanks, and they're only gonna guard. Finally, CPU has some moving room. He's gonna be able to take out those refineries if he wants to.
I feel like CPU is getting a little bit greedy with his goals here. You can see him clearly trying to go for the SCV lines, trying to go on top of the tanks, but I mean, realistically, he could have picked off the refineries, absolutely killed production of further tanks. Mothership Core goes down. Looks like 3 more tanks for these stalkers. Looking at the resources lost, though, guys, I mean, it's weird to consider, but, CPU's not that much in the hole. The problem is he has no army value. He's got no chance to defend. He's got no photon overcharge. The Mothership Core was lost. This drop could potentially end the game.
Wow, that's a good point. The drop's gonna do. Oh well, that drop ain't gonna do nothing.
No, that drop screwed is what that drop is. Actually, Medevac does somehow manage to get away just barely.
What's a Marauder doing in this composition? Get out of here.
Yeah, what are you? This is mech, Mario. What do you think you're doing with a Marauder? Must be a misclick, clearly.
Clearly. Okay, the other drop though, still lined up with 4 Hellions. Dropping at the third, not gonna be too good. But dropping in the main, oh god, there are so many probes, and they're starting to stack up because he's running out of minerals.
Yeah, this could be a little bit dangerous to deal with now. Transformation service is on the way, but it's not here yet. So these Hellions, of course, are going to be stuck as Hellions for now. CPU moving across with some more stalkers. For Mario, he's finally got his tank count back up. This is something that, of course, struggled for quite some time. But, I don't want to beat a dead horse. I really wish CPU would focus on those refineries. If you just cut out the gas production of Mario, this tank count wouldn't even be in existence. It wouldn't even be a thought. But, okay, Hellions going to get a couple probe kills here. Finally gets some offensive going, moves to the third base.
Uh-oh, he's out of warp-ins. Okay, he just pulls. Fortunately, Mario, a little late in that trigger. Won't get the, never mind, oh god.
The probes that ran for the main, everyone messes this up at some point and gets a big kill barbecue style. 14 workers, 15 workers, and looks like the drop should be shut down by these stalkers. I do like that he's focusing down the medevac, not the Hellions. But
oh god. Oh my god. Okay. Well, that's a lot more probe kills than probably even Mario expected, honestly.
127 workers down to the 50 of Mario. And of course, Mario's got mules to boot on top of this. Relying primarily on Blink Stalkers for the... I just don't know how well it's going to work. Because again, so many tanks are going to be involved with Mario's composition. So many Hellbats are going to be involved. Mario's actually got some idle SCVs. Didn't rally that third command center, I guess. Man, I hate when I do that too. When you're like so busy around the map, you look at your base, there's like 7 SCVs just chilling. And you're like, no.
You guys who just die in Brood War, man. Like no SCVs rallied.
Yeah.
Okay, so
confirm SC2 casual.
Yeah, filthy casual.
All right, well, back with the Mothership Core and the Blink Stalkers once again towards the main. There's actually no tanks in position to take this fight. And while he's going to try and intercept here, Blink to the high ground and completely maneuver around everything. Tanks going to walk a long way around, a couple siege up, but they're not in range of anything. And he's going to get the orbital. Oh, God, he's going to get the orbital.
Now that was nice. This is good use of Blink Stalker maneuverability. And he's, no! I kind of just want him to get rid of the geysers now because we've been calling it forever.
It's so frustrating because maybe, again, CPU's a Protoss player. He doesn't fight mech often. This is not a common composition. Might not realize just how valuable those gases are. I mean, when you see Zerg play Sniper Mutalists, they always go for the refinery. It's not just for free kills because they know how important it is.
Well, at the very least, he's still denying that third. I mean, he just denied it further by killing the third command center. So the gas income, still not great for Mario, but still worried that CPU doesn't have, Immortals or Void Rays.
Yeah, it's weird. He's been stuck on this. It's like a role reversal. Terrans normally got the tier 1, Marines, Marauders, and Medivacs. But in this case scenario, we got mostly Stalkers being used stubbornly here out of CPU. And he's not exactly getting the most effective traits, but he's still making them work, which is a really weird thing to consider.
Well, he's only making it work because so much of the army is in the Medivacs going to the third.
Yeah, let's hope this counterattack can end. He's going to get destroyed here. Mario holds once again. And this Doom drop might be a little too much. It's all Hellbats, and Hellbats are not good news for probe lines, even without that blue flame upgrade. Oh god, CPU's income. He might have 3 bases, but he's not going to have any workers here in just a moment.
Like, attack from CPU at HTOMario's front also did not work out. Keeps denying the command centers from being built. I believe 2 were being built right there, and they did have to be canceled, but that's not helping them. It's 38 supply to 130.
The National Mineral Line are the last remaining pros, but they're retreating to a base that already has Hellbats in them waiting. Oh, CPU is about to lose every single worker. Congrats, GG's is called.
Oh, the worker line does go down.
It's gonna go to 0. Oh god. 1 probe remaining. Where's that last probe standing? I think it's the proxy one. Hang on, I'm not leaving the game just yet. It's on the watchtower in the middle of the map. But okay, good games out of these guys. HTOMario showing his mech style off. Managed to actually make this work. Again, the last time we saw him, he did go down to Venus, but we're going to look at getting contact now with Select and Zerg Zing Zing to start setting up the next series, guys. Select, of course, just warming up in a game. I got to go hunt Zerg Zing Zing down, so we're going to play some ads while this happens.